at Tiger Stadium, also known as Death Valley, here in Baton Rouge. This coin toss presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. Carlson is lined up and just about ready to send this one off as we're ready to get this game underway. He's to the 20. He makes it out to maybe the 20-yard line. So let's see what the offense can do as they come out onto the field. They hand it off.
That's not what you hope for from your running game. You're looking for some solid north and south progress. You never want to give the defense a play like that to build their confidence.
So it's 2nd and 14. Ball on their own 16.
Mike 10. Mike 10. Mike 10.
Tackle at the 26-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 10 yards. 3rd down.
Tight right. Tight right. 3 down. Mike 9. Mike 9.
He's got it out to his tight end. Tackle made at about the 39-yard line.
Good job by the offensive line to pick up the linebacker on the blitz. That gave the quarterback enough time to find his man for a nice game.
From their own 39-yard line. 1st down. He's going to air it long. This one is batted away.
When you play the quarterback position, you have to be able to read the defense and look off defenders. He didn't really do that on that pass, and he was lucky it was only a tip and not a pick.
Mike 9. Mike 9.
And down he goes at the 44-yard line.
Call it a gain of 5 yards.
And so it's another 3rd down upcoming here.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here.
Gets rid of it quickly. And they couldn't hook up on that one. Jenkins was the intended receiver on that pass. That's going to bring up 4th down.
The offense really had nowhere to go on that one. The play was very well defended, and now the incompletion will force the 4th down and a punt.
He really got a hold of that one. Little too much leg into that punt. They'll bring it out to the 20. The Tigers, in talking with them this week, Kirk, it's just interesting their perspective on this kid, how good he is and how much they can lean on him.
Yeah, you and I had a chance to visit with not only the coaches but the player himself, and I got a real good vibe walking out of those meetings and thinking that he's going to have a huge game. The coaches seem confident in being able to get him the football in different areas on the field. This kid has a look at his eye that I haven't seen in a long time, where he just wants to have a chance to have an impact on the game and on the outcome, and I'll be shocked if they can slow him down.
A little counter, but he goes nowhere.
That makes it 3rd and 11.
It's 3rd and 11. Ball on their own 19. The intimidation factor is definitely here when you're playing in this stadium. Sets up a screen. Tailback's got it. Knocked out of bounds at the 24. They gained 5 yards there.
I thought this play was going to go for more yards, but the defense did a good job of shutting it down before the halfback could get any further downfield.
Marshall is the punter. He's at midfield. Brought down at the 38-yard line. Every drive's important in a tie game. I look for both sides to come out with some urgency.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 9 yards. That brings up 2nd and 1.
Short yardage situation here. It's 2nd down and 1. Just throws this one away.
You know, when you feel pressure like that, the worst thing you want to do is just to throw the ball into coverage. He got away with one right there. He's very fortunate. Next time, he should just throw it away out of bounds.
Mike 10, Mike 10. Ready!
And he's tackled at the 28.
That's a gain of 1 on the play. That makes it 4th and inches.
Tight right, tight right. 3 down, 3 down. 10's the mic, 10's the mic. Let's go!
Gets to about the 27-yard line. So the tailback gains just a couple feet on the play, but it's still good enough to move the sticks.
Another good run from this running back. Let's see if he continues to get his carries as they continue with this drive.
They'll bring him down around the 24-yard line.
Gain of 3 on the play. That'll make it 2nd and 7.
It's 2nd and 7. Ball on the 24. And they got him.
Sometimes it's just a relentless pass rush that results in a sack. That's what happened there.
15.
Third down now, and they need to get it to the 17.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Right now, right now. Here we go.
Makes the catch, and look out. Touchdown, LSU. Nicely designed play to the wide receiver, and it got him 6.
You said it, Brad, and a good time to call it. I tip my hat to the offensive coordinator.
And doesn't it always seem like he just finds a way to get open? And he tacks on the extra point. A 7-play, 39-yard drive, and they get it in for 7. So our score, 7-0. They line up to kick this one away. And he got all of this one. Great kick. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. LSU's loving this crowd support, and they get it week in and week out.
Well, that's one thing they can count on every single time they play in this stadium is creating an environment that's going to allow them to play with an edge on defense. Great start to this game. Now let's see if they can just continue that.
Now he's scrambling. Decides to slide. The quarterback picks up around 6 yards on the scramble.
That'll make it 2nd and 4.
So it's 2nd down now, and they need about 4 yards to pick up the first.
Mike 18, Mike 18.
Brought down at the 39.
Gain of 8 yards.
Not over here.
First
Not
down.
over here. Not over here.
And here's a quick throw. Oh, what an interception.
Wicks makes the interception.
Nice interception and an even nicer vertical.
Oh, yeah, this guy's an athlete. There's no throwing it over this guy's head. He'll go up and get it.
1st and 10. Ball on the 50.
Mike 9. Mike 9.
LSU is up by a touchdown. Takes it up the middle for a nice run. And a 6-yard pickup by the halfback on the delay.
That'll make it 2nd and 4.
They'll spread the field with 5 wide.
Wide 80. Wide 80.
And he's stopped behind the line.
Well, the question now is, how will they respond after losing a couple on that
That'll
run?
bring up 3rd and 6.
3rd down, and they need to get it inside the 40.
Roger.
So an empty backfield with 5 wide receivers.
Set. Green 19.
And he's tackled right away.
First down.
They come out in an empty backfield.
Let's go.
He's at the 30, and he tackles him hard at the 27-yard line.
The defense doesn't seem to have an answer right now. They might need to change up some of their schemes.
From the 27-yard line. First down. Scrambling around, and he can't get away from the pressure.
Call it a loss of 5 yards on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 15.
Mike 10. Mike 10. Mike 10. Hey, we got tight left. Tight left. 87's getting the ball. 87.
He gets out to about the 21-yard line. After a quarter of play, we've got a low-scoring defensive battle on our hands. LSU leads it 7-0. And we're ready for more football here in quarter number 2.
3 down.
LSU up 7 points. Fakes the handoff, and he's in trouble. He's taken down at the 12-yard line.
That makes it 1st and 10.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 12. He's got an opening. Touchdown, Tigers.
Outstanding run and great execution by the entire offensive unit, especially the blocking up front.
And he adds the extra point. York looks ready to kick this one off. Excellent kick. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback.
Brad, as good as this defense has looked, I'm not necessarily surprised by this shutout. I mean, you and I were there on Wednesday watching this team practice, and when this first-team defense goes against their own first-team offense in a practice, sometimes it's actually better than the game itself. So they prepared themselves very well to have this kind of game.
And he's taken down at the 27.
Call it a gain of 2 yards. That makes it 2nd and 8.
From their own 27-yard line. Second down. Caught, and he's hit immediately.
That makes it 37.
These fans are showing you why teams hate to come here, folks. He's at the 40. Tries to thread the needle, and it's not going to work. And they make the stop at the 28-yard line.
Brad, it's still early in this game, and they might be able to get back into it. I just feel like the quarterback seems to be forcing things a bit. I understand trying to get back and fighting to get back in the game, but that time to throw an interception when you really need points, that was a big mistake.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 28-yard line. Tackle at the 14-yard line.
Number 23 makes the tackle at the 14-yard line. That'll move the chains for another LSU. First down.
Here we go.
Here's an opening.
That makes it 2nd and 2.
It's second down, and they're about 2 yards away from the sticks.
Check. Tens the mic.
Gets to about the 5-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 1 yard. That'll make it 3rd and 1.
I'm going to run you over.
Touchdown, LSU! took it in for 6.
Simple play call there by the offensive coordinator. Just give it to the back and let him find his way into the end zone.
He splits the uprights with the extra point. A 4-play, 29-yard drive, and they add 7 points to the scoreboard. The kicker looks like he's ready to kick this one off. He really got a hold of that kick. The Tigers know, I think, that at some point they just have to do what they do, even if it's not working right now. If they can get it going in the second half, it should really improve the ball game and the offense.
Well, the offensive line, I think, also has to be accountable here. We look so much to our star players, and we always want them to put up big numbers. But to me, the two go hand in hand. When a running back's going to have a great game, the offensive line deserves some credit. When a running back's struggling, you got to look at that offensive line and say, fellas, you got to help me out. We're not going to change or deviate from this game plan. We need to be able to change this game around, and it starts up front with the offensive line.
Second down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the first down. Nice run up the middle. They'll get a first down there on the play with the run from the tailback.
If you can consistently get 4 or 5 yards at a pop, you know that you're going to have a functioning offense.
Get it on the counter, and they shut it down.
There's nothing better than having an athletic, versatile, and instinctive safety. He makes a big-time play here with his recognition of the run, comes up and does what he does best, which is making a nice short tackle on the ball carrier.
From their own 34-yard line. Second down. And he makes it out to about the 37-yard line.
That's a gain of 3 on the play. That'll make it 3rd and 9.
Throws to the tailback, incomplete.
That pass didn't look exactly right when it left his hand. Sometimes you don't get a great grip on the ball, and it comes out a little wobbly.
Marshall awaits the snap. He's taken down at the 31. The Tigers took a while to get their offensive engine running. That baby's running smooth right now.
You know, the offensive coordinator told us this week that they sometimes will start off a little bit slow because they're just kind of throwing out the different plays and formations, and then once they get a feel for how the defense is playing them, then they feel more confident that they can attack. And that's what we've seen so far today.
He goes out of bounds around the 34-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 3 yards. That'll make it
Second down and 7. Ball on the 34-yard line. Quick release. Oh, had it knocked down.
Palmer, the intended receiver on the play. 3rd down.
Mike 10. Larry. Ready.
And it's caught. Tackle made at the 42-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 8 yards. First down.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 42. And down he goes at the 43-yard line.
Call it a gain of 1 yard. That makes it 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Green 9.
He's tackled right around midfield.
Gain of 7 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 2.
So we're looking at another 3rd down here.
Roger. Hey. You gotta...
He has some room. And he's level at the 42.
Gain of 8 on the play. That makes it 1st and 10.
And he's tackled right around the 32-yard line. There's a player hurt. It doesn't look to be that bad. From the 32-yard line, first down. The quarterback in the gun. Empty backfield. 5 wide receivers in the formation. Swatted away.
It's very disruptive to a quarterback's rhythm to have his passes batted down like that. Nice play by the lineman.
It's the 9th play of the drive. The Tigers wide receiver down there on the sideline. Looks like he's warming up. Good to see that he might be able to get back in this game. Fires it out. Good open field tackle.
Any offense is predicated on being able to move efficiently like this.
They've looked good so far on 3rd down in this drive. Let's see what happens here.
Let's go!
Pulls down the catch, and he's got room here. They'll bring him down at about the 17-yard line. LSU's going to have to use their 2nd time out of the half.
Let's go!
Brought down after a nice run up the middle.
Check, check! Hammerhead! Hammerhead!
That makes it 2nd and 6.
Throws quickly back to the tight end. Nice play to set up 1st and goal.
Check, check!
Gain of 12 yards.
Tiger! Tiger!
That makes it 1st and goal.
Ready!
5 wide.
5!
Here's a throw, and it's almost picked.
Number 3 was the intended receiver on the play. That brings up 2nd and goal.
That brings up a 2nd and goal. About a yard to pay dirt.
Wide 80! Wide 80!
There's a flag on the field.
Illegal touching. Offense.
Little stumbles like these
Still
can
3rd
kill
down.
your offensive progress.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Tens the mic. Tens the mic. Green 95! Green 95!
Throws, and he's got a man. Touchdown. And did that play ever develop nicely?
Well, it's all about the receiver on this play. He beat his man off the line and then ran a perfect route. All he had to do after that was make the catch.
And it takes some real accuracy on those deep corner routes, so kudos to the quarterback. And he converts the extra point. A 14-play, 67-yard drive, and that's good for a touchdown. Everyone's all lined up and ready for the kickoff. Sends it sailing downfield. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. Let's see if this drive has a more rewarding conclusion than their last, which ended with a punt.
This offense needs to start playing some emotional football.
They'll knock him down for a loss.
Loss of 3 on the play. That brings up 2nd and 13.
It's 2nd and 13. Ball on the 22-yard line. We've played a half of football. LSU leads it 28-0.
Glad to have you with us in the studio for the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 halftime show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. Reese Davis and David Pollack here, completely locked in on that first half. I really hope you'll stick around and watch the second half of this game. During the second half, I expect Kirk Herbstreit to give us a comprehensive history of every playbook he's ever had in his entire football career, dating back to Pee Wee. That would be infinitely more interesting than having to watch the second half of this blowout.
Definitely, that would be probably more entertaining. We get on games all the time. They start to get out of hand. You got to empty the bucket. So, guys, back to you. Have some fun. Tell me something I don't know. These teams are pretty boring.
Give me something from the human interest file, Brad Nessler. Just about time to start the second half. What do you think Herbstreit's first point of analysis will be?
I don't know, something to do with quarterback play, I'm sure. I always got to hear that stuff all the time. It's all about the quarterbacks.
Brad and Kirk ready for the second half.
Very lopsided first 2 quarters. We'll hope for better as we head into the third. Nice kick, plenty of distance. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. The Tigers continue to get it done on the defensive side of the football, Kirk.
Yeah, they've done a good job of building this lead and almost determined here to protect it. Let's see if they can hold on here for the rest of the way.
I hope they show some fight here and try to stay competitive. If you're going to get blown out, you at least want to go down swinging. Gets it out quickly. And he's shoved out of bounds at the 37.
What we're seeing right now is just a great connection between the quarterback and his receivers. They make these plays look effortless.
1st and 10, ball on the 37. Complete, brought down, nothing doing. That play was going nowhere.
Yeah, give a lot of credit to the defense here, recognizing pass and swarming to the receiver.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Finds his man, and they take him down immediately.
Reception. Call it a gain of 7 yards. 3rd down.
So it's 3rd down, and they've got about 2 yards to go. He's at the 40. Inside the 30. Brought down around the 17-yard line. So they pick up a huge run on 3rd down.
A good call, and you can see on that play that this offense is very well schooled. Everyone following their assignments.
So we've got a 1st down after a great running play.
Tight right. Go down. Take 4.
He gets to about the 5.
Makes the tackle. That's a gain of 12 on the play. That makes it 1st and goal.
Go down. Mike 18.
Touchdown, Tigers.
Things can get pretty fierce in this territory, but they look totally in control there.
And he hits the PAT. A 6-play, 76-yard drive, and they put up 7 points.
Brad, I thought that was a textbook drive. I thought they did a really good job of showing balance, mixing the play calling with the run and the pass. Just an overall well-executed touchdown drive.
And down he goes at the 22-yard line.
They're not only the better football team on paper, as they've demonstrated today, they're the better team on the field today. And this offense has been outstanding.
We're about set to start things up again.
3 down. Mike 9.
Nice run, and he's brought down.
Gain of 4 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6. Ball on their own 26.
Watch the run.
What a throw for a big gain.
That is a great example of the quarterback seeing the whole field and finding the guy who had the best chance of making a catch.
There's a strike complete. He's down.
Simpson on the tackle at the 46-yard line. That brings up 2nd and 5.
From their own 46-yard line. It's 2nd down.
Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Gives it up the gut. And the halfback carries for a pickup of 3.
Call it a gain of 3 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 2.
Empty backfield, quarterback in the gun. 5 wide receivers. And that'll bring up a punting situation.
It's a good hold by the defense on 3rd down. Now their punt returner will get a chance to make something happen.
Todd is waiting for the snap. into the end zone, down for a touchback. Pretty good looking touchdown drive the last time these guys were out there.
March 18, 18's the mic. Let's go!
He gets out to about the 22-yard line.
Only gain of 2 yards. That makes it 2nd and 8.
From their own 22-yard line, it's 2nd down. Gets to about the 24-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 2 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Fires in a hurry. Interception. And he's taken down at about the 35. And that was just an outstanding pick.
Great play by the defender to high point the ball, but the quarterback wasn't in rhythm on the throw.
From the 35-yard line. 1st down. He gets rid of this one. Stopped behind the line.
Makes the tackle. Loss of 2 yards on the play. That brings up 3rd and 12.
Third down now, and they need to get it to the 25. Fires that quickly, incomplete. Not enough strength on that pass, and it hits the turf.
Oh, boy, he wishes he had that play to do over. Could have been big yardage there.
4th and 12.
Kicks away. Tough break there for the kicking team. So our count is still 28-7, LSU. There's got to be some sense of urgency to this offense right now. They don't have the luxury of wasting drives if they want to get back in the game. Fires out to his receiver.
What impresses me so much is the guy's vision. He read the coverage perfectly to find his man for good yardage.
It's 2nd down, and they're about the length of the football from the 1st down marker. He's taken down right around the 44-yard line.
Loss of 3 yards on the play. That makes it 3rd and
3.
A quarterback in the gun with 5 receivers. Pulls it in and gets out of bounds.
Brad, you can really feel and sense the energy coming from the sidelines right now. They know how important it is to pick up 1st downs, and the coaches right now are showing the excitement that they have and yelling out the next play for the offense. But clearly the offensive coordinator very happy about the execution on that last play.
They'll drop him for a loss.
That is a loss of 1 yard on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 12.
From their own 48-yard line. 2nd down. On the ground, inside. Good outside run there.
Gain of 6 yards. That'll make it 3rd and 5.
Tight right. 4 down. Mike 18.
As a man, he'll lose big yards.
That is a loss of 4 yards. That'll bring up 4th and 9.
Trying to change the field position with his kick. He takes in for 12. He's tackled at the 22. So with 1 quarter remaining, the Tigers lead 28-7. All right, we're just about set to start action here again in the 4th quarter. Both teams are well aware that a score on this drive is going to create an almost insurmountable lead. This defense has really got to step it up and make a stop. Handoff inside, and he hits him hard at the 32-yard line.
That brings up 2nd and 1.
It's 2nd down now, and they're just a few feet away from that 1st down marker.
Roger, Roger. 10's the mic. 10's the mic. Ready. Ready. Go.
Up the middle for a nice gain.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Set. Right, 80.
Big opening. Makes it to the 44.
That makes it 2nd and 2.
So it's 2nd down and about 2 yards to go.
Mike 9. Mike 9. Ready. Red 18.
Tackle made at the 44-yard line.
Gain of 12 on the play. That makes it 1st and 10.
He delivers. He goes up and gets it. Tackle at about the 11.
Well, you give up too many passes like that, and the game will be done before you know it. They cannot let these receivers get behind them.
So let's see how the defense responds now. It's 1st down and 10.
Mike 9. Mike 9. Attack.
He makes it out to maybe the 10-yard line.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day, all day. Mike 10. Mike 10, Mike 10.
He's tackled right around the 10-yard line.
No gain. That'll make it 3rd and 9.
From the 10-yard line. 3rd down.
10's the mic. 10's the mic. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Here we go.
Throws it. Caught end zone for the touchdown.
You've got to give each of these guys credit for getting in sync, really fighting to create that touchdown.
And he adds the extra point. York is lined up to kick this one off. He sends this one deep. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. And for Nix, it's been one of those days he'd like to forget.
Well, at this point, taking care of the football has to be their #1 priority. If they want to get back in this game, if you can't take care of the ball, you just have no chance.
Well, when you play on the road, it's tough to be perfect, but he's not making things any easier for his teammates. The deficit is huge, but as a player, you never want to slow down your effort. Believe me, coaches notice the ones who aren't trying that hard. And he's tackled at the 41-yard line.
A quarterback's best friend is a receiver he can count on to catch the ball every time he drops back to pass.
From their own 41-yard line. 1st down.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Over the middle to his tailback. Excellent open field tackle.
The reception. gain of 19 yards. First down.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 40-yard line.
Watch 18. 18's the mic.
And he's hit before he can go anywhere.
Number 26 on the tackle at the 32-yard line. That makes it 2nd and 2.
Time right.
Four down. Mike 18. Mike 18.
Go. 164.
Nice run there.
This is the kind of steady, strong drive that coaches love to see. Right now, they're firing on all cylinders.
From the 28-yard line, it's first down. Shivers, left side. He gets hit out of bounds at the 13.
That's a gain of 15 on the play. First down.
Just under 3 to go in regulation. Flips it middle to the running back. And down he goes around the 10-yard line.
That'll make it 2nd and 7.
It's 2nd and 7. 10 yards to the end zone. Here's the halfback on the screen. Knocked out of bounds at the 7. And this play is number 8 on the drive. And they make the stop at the 1-yard line.
Gain of 7 yards. That makes it 1st and goal.
First down, and they've got their eyes on that goal line. They'll bring him down just outside the goal line.
That is a loss of 1 yard. That brings up 2nd and goal.
10th play of the drive. Touchdown, Auburn!
That was a very good all-around effort. The running, the blocking, the entire package. A well-deserved score.
He splits the uprights with the extra point. And he's taken down at the 49. The Tigers came out from the opening kick, and they just imposed their will in this game.
Just a complete effort. You can look at the numbers. You can see that the stats show the offense has put up the numbers. The defense has done their job. It's about as good as you could hope for.
Not sure that touchdown in their last possession's given them some confidence, but let's see if that carries them back down the field.
Great passing was the key for the offense the last time they had the ball. They were able to pick apart the defense and get down the field for a touchdown.
From the 45-yard line, 2nd down. Just over a minute left.
Here we go.
And he makes it out to about the 44-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 1 yard. That'll make it 3rd and 5.
He's at the 30, to the 10. Touchdown, Tigers. Clock keeper, just keep it moving for Kirk and I, will you? We want to get out of here. And he converts the extra point. LSU. Lines up for the kickoff. Excellent kick. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. Late in the fourth quarter, this game's not even close. It's a blowout. A lot of folks have already gone home. And, Herbie, I think we're going to make our dinner reservation. Brought down after a nice run up the middle. The Tigers taking their first time out of the half. It's second down, 6 yards to go. Ball on the 29-yard line. Quick shot to the tailback and through his hands.
Number 4, the intended receiver on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Double tight. Four down. Take four.
Dumps it complete to the halfback over the middle. This one's in the books, and our final score, LSU 42, Auburn 14. So what are your final thoughts on this one, Kirk?
Well, I'm shocked by the final score. I expected this to be a close game. Auburn got flat out embarrassed, and these players sure look disappointed. They just got to learn to move on and try to improve.
That does it for this edition of NCAA Football 14. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Brad Nessler saying so long.